Hello everyone. It's time for another internal playtest of Decimated. Just gonna wait for some of the guys to arrive. I think that they might already be in the server, but they're not on Discord yet. So yeah, we're not doing a public test this week just because we know that we've got some bugs to fix that we saw last week. I think it's a lot to do with the amount of people that were on the server. We've actually upgraded the server since last week to test one that's more powerful. But we still seem to have some issues with latency. It might be because the dev team are kind of all working remotely right now, so you know we're all kind of using different IP addresses from different countries, varying levels of internet speed and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we need to fix the bugs so that even if there is a little bit of latency or lag, it's not going to affect the game experience for the user, right? So that's our main priority. So we're going to fix the bugs internally first before we open it up to the community, and yeah, that should be hopefully in a week or so. So let's jump in. Okay, 4 guys on the server. Let's see, so we've refigured the controls as well, so you can press F to get inside the vehicle. The vehicles are a lot faster. We need to add air brakes. At the moment we've only got like a decelerate button, but eventually what we want to do is have air brakes so that when you press the space bar you're going to skid, and because at the moment you still kind of move in the trajectory that you've been traveling in if you turn right like that. So we need to have a kind of air brake similar to Wipeout, you know. This will also work with the land vehicles as well as the hover vehicles. We've got a little boost. If you press the shift button you can do like a nitro boost, but we don't have any visual signal for that, you know, like a camera shake or some kind of visual effect or VFX or something like that, but we'll add that. But whoa, so it is possible to do a little nitro boost. You can see it there. It's a little bit faster. We can improve that. I've actually been doing research into how hydrolium engines work. So scientifically, we're designing our engines in the game based on like how a hydrogen fuel engine works, a combustion engine. So it burns hydrogen and it creates water and nitrous oxide as a byproduct. So we can use the nitrous oxide in the game as a nitro boost. So it'll basically, you'll use it once and then you'll have to wait for it to refill and then you'll be able to use it again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's somebody flying in the air. That looks like a bug there. Let me pop out. It looks like somebody's got a jetpack or something like that, right? But so I tested the server by myself half an hour ago before we started testing with a few people, and there wasn't any sorry. Yeah, there wasn't any issues with latency or anything like that, but it seems that when there's other people on the server you get problems like this invisible wall that you just saw me pop on, you know. Right now I think that most of the guys that are playing are in Kiev and I am in Malta, so there shouldn't really be a problem because, you know, we both have fiber optic internet, but hey, I don't know. It's our job to find these bugs and fix them. But you can see here that we've got the climbing. It should work on all surfaces, right? So yeah, this seems to be okay. The animations are obviously placeholder, so it grabs onto the edge. So I'm trying to show you guys. the features, and then guys keep killing me. That's cool. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people playing now. Whoa, the shotguns are powerful, eh? Yeah, so there's still not the trigger to climb up on every single thing. Eventually there will be. You'll be able to climb up on all the rocks. As you can see, we do have signifier, like the little scratch marks, similar to what they do in Tomb Raider and Uncharted. So you can see actually where you're able to climb. But essentially you will be able to climb everywhere. And it's the same with the going into cover as well. At the moment we only have the cover set up for certain obstacles. But eventually you'll be able to go into cover into all sorts of areas. Like here, for example, you can't go into cover right now, but you will be able to, so we'll make that more dynamic. Also, vaulting over cover at the moment, we have it assigned to the V key, so you can vault over like this, whether you're standing or in cover. But we are going to reassign that so that it's the space bar, because the space bar is the jump key, right? So that's what we need to change. That's already... Oh, see, you've got some lag here. Do you see that? Yeah, there's I don't know what it is. There's some issues sometimes with lag. But what I'm trying to see is if we have this issue with the climbing bug, because this is one of the most critical bugs that we have. It happens a lot around here. Let's see. And it seems to be fine. It's good. Let's see what happens if I catch on. Another thing that we're going to change very soon, actually I'm going to speak to Nick about this right now when he comes on, is changing the game from this session-based gameplay to being persistent, so that even if somebody takes the battery and brings it back to the destination, did you see that? That ship just pinged. I think they're too close together. So yeah, even if somebody collects the battery and delivers it to the delivery checkpoint, that doesn't mean to say that the game is over, right? It just means that a new battery will spawn, right? So that's what we want to do. So yeah, you know, you can also stand on these vehicles while they're moving. We've tested this in the past, and we found that there's sometimes some lag when the player is flying the vehicle and then there's the player standing on top. Maybe two players standing on top, right? Oh shit, someone's shooting. Let's get out of here. Boost. So yeah, obviously right now we only have one point of interest in the map, right? It's just for demo purposes. Eventually we will have lots of other areas that you can go to. We'll have roads. We're going to have roads and tunnels and bridges, which we're actually working on internally right now. We're working on the Houdini pipelines. This is exactly what Ubisoft and Guerrilla Games do, and lots of other AAA studios. They use Houdini for procedural systems. So we can use splines to create all of our roads and network of transportation ways, you know, motorways. And then any changes that we make in the game world, which we will make a lot of changes, will be automatically reflected in the landscape. So if we have a tunnel and we decide that we want to move the tunnel slightly, you know, further north, all we have to do is recalculate the landscape and then the spline, and it'll be reflected in the game world. So yeah, I mean the game world is going to evolve a lot over time, and this desert here will be in the final game most likely. Obviously we have to fix some collision issues and stuff like that. So let's kill this guy. One thing I've noticed is that there's a bug with, I don't know if it's my mouse sensitivity, maybe my mouse button, but you've probably noticed that there's a lot of flickering between, you know, going in and out of, I'm trying to spam it, you know. Got this kind of, we need to fix this, right? So you can't just like spam the left mouse button for targeting. It actually, it's more obvious when you're in cover. I think that the transition, because the transition between the cover animation and the target animation is a lot slower. Or sorry, like the difference between the animations is a lot more different. See, here's a bug. I got stuck here, so I have to kill myself. So yeah, that happens. Yeah, the climbing still has to have some bugs fixed. I was playing earlier on, and there's still some bugs, even with single player. Yeah, like that. And let's see. It's because there's more people on the server. That's why. I think that the more people there are on the server, the more issues we have with these animation related triggers, right? So I think that I don't know exactly how it's working, but yeah, I think that there's some correlation between the animation itself and the trigger, like the player position during the animation. So I think that if there's latency, then it causes an issue with. I wish there was a way to get up here on the side, because now I've got to go all the way around. Otherwise, I'm going to get shot. Never actually been here before. I've got everybody coming after me. Oh, here's a little tunnel. Oh, and I can't go. There's nothing I can do here. So yeah, there's some tunnels that you can't access right now because you can't go into crouch or prone, but crouch and prone is coming in the next few weeks. And that will mean that if you're sniping, you should be able to go on a rock like this, for example, and then go flat on the ground. Oops, there's somebody coming to get me. No! I managed to throw a grenade at the last minute. So yeah, this is an internal test, and you can see that we've got like around 10, maybe 11 people. Oh! So yeah, this is a good way to find out if we have issues with latency and lag and stuff like that. Let me just tab out, right? I'm going to see if the guys are joining. Anyone messaging? There's one person watching on Twitch. Must be a quiet day today. So you guys can watch this. You can rewatch the stream afterwards. So yeah, again, like if when we've got the crouch and the when we've got the crouch and the prone, this rock, for example, you'd be able to go flat down, and then crawl around this area to stay a smaller target, and people will be able to see you. So you can use stealth a lot more. We're also going to have drones, very, very similar to Ghost Recon Wildlands and Far Cry. So yeah, we actually had the drone system already in a previous build in the prototype from 2019, but because it was just using blueprints from the marketplace, it wasn't really suitable. Like everything that we need to do, everything that we have in the game, we have to do from scratch because it has to be multiplayer, right? So we have to do everything for multiplayer. And a lot of blueprints and assets on the marketplace are not designed for multiplayer. They're just basically what you see is what you get, and that's it, right? So we either have to decompile everything into C++, but it's better for us to just do research and development into what those guys did, how they created the system. Oh! Ah! No, see, I glitched through the rock there. Which is probably quite good, because it means that... Oh yeah, another thing that we're going to have is an in-game voice chat. So at the moment we're just using Discord, and obviously some people will always use Discord or TeamSpeak. In fact, they might use Discord and TeamSpeak to speak with their friends, but in-game it will be possible. We're going to have a proximity voice chat, so you'll be able to speak to people that are nearby, and if you have people inside your team, then you will be able to speak to them inside an in-game group chat. Now here's another problem. I've just discovered another bug here. So if this is a recurring bug, then that definitely needs to be fixed. Ooh. But I have to say, it seems to be a bit smoother than it was last week. or even during this week when we tested it. We're in contact with Amazon anyway to find out if they can give us advice on how to look at that. So these need to be more spaced apart. I think that they're hitting each other when they spawn in. Also, here's a bug, right? When you go inside this, when it's on upside down, you can see through the sand, and then it pops to the ground. What we'll have is, if a vehicle is on upside down, you will be able to get inside it, but you won't be able to fly it. You'll have to either flip it over or get a mechanic to help you flip it over. And maybe it'll be damaged. Maybe you have to repair it. You know, you have to like find fuel, or repair the boosters, or you could also salvage the boosters from a derelict vehicle. This wouldn't be if it's like destroyed. Let's say if a vehicle's been completely destroyed, then it would just be like a burnt out shell of the vehicle. Now this cargo transporter is just a placeholder. It's obviously different from the last one that we used, which was the Lamborghini, which we definitely can't use. But this is an original asset, but we're going to have lots of different types of vehicles, mainly cyberpunk style vehicles and cars and stuff like that. So, whoa. Okay. Also, you've got some issues here when you jump out of the vehicle. It comes to a dead stop, right, when you jump out. What we want to do is the player would be able to choose if he wants to jump out while it's still moving, and it's going to keep on moving. Oh shit. Dead. It's going to keep on moving even when the player jumps out, right? Unless he comes out of the vehicle when it's at a complete stop. So we also have the headshots, right? So you cause more damage if you shoot somebody in the head. And another thing as well, we have added something. This is just for internal use. Let me just find it. Sorry, I've just tabbed out for a second. Yeah, we've got a debug control to disable the UI, and that's so we can outsource the production of UI to some After Effects artists and Unreal Engine artists. This is what I was talking about with the bug, right? It's like the transition. If I tab like this, you kind of get a problem like this. So this shouldn't be possible. I think that we'll fix this. And obviously the camera transition as well is wrong. It just goes through the player's head, but we'll fix that. No problem. That's a simple thing. Let me just go to Twitch. Is anyone there? Okay, just one. I think that Nick is probably talking with the guys in Russian in another channel, probably finding bugs and they're talking about solutions. We're actually consulting with a bunch of programmers who should be able to help us fix some of the bugs that we're having with the networking, you know. So this week, I guess it's just going to be me. I was showing you there, like you can add each other to teams, but it's only within the first few seconds of the server restarting. But again, yeah, you'll be able to add anyone to your team in the future, and you'll be able to kick members from your team as well, like if they're team killing or just doing anything that you're not happy with. There's a lot of MMORPG systems that we want to have in place. And there's Nick there, look. That's Nick. I can't add him, he's too far away. Oh! Let's take off the UI. There we go. I prefer it without the UI. I mean, just because the UI is still a placeholder, it's like, you know, it's ugly. The problem is that if I switch off the UI, then I can't see my reticle. Whoa! Whoa! Now, how cool is this? You know, like it's the amount of variety that you can get just because you have these cool vehicles flying around with the players. So we've got the altitude control with the spacebar, which is kind of like a slow jump. I need to jump out now. Yeah, we're dead. It's a slow jump with the spacebar. We're going to change that. The spacebar is going to redefine to air brake, or just brake. All right, you'll be able to do we call it air brake because you're hovering, right? But it's just a brake. And you'll be able to brake left or brake right, so you do kind of like air brake similar to Wipeout. And then the altitude control is going to be redefined to Q and E. So Q will be for descend altitude, and E will be for ascend. You've probably seen, if you've watched this before, that in previous streams, you know, when you want people to be able to jump onto the wing of the vehicle or the top, you want to be able to control the altitude, right? But at the moment you can't really. At the moment we've got Q and E assigned to strafe, but we feel like strafe is kind of useless. I mean, let's have a look, right? So if we're going fast, let's use the shift key and do a little boost. So I'm moving like this, and then I'm going strafe, I'm strafing. You can't even tell that you're strafing, really, can you? I mean, it's like very, very subtle. I mean, do you really want to do that when you can just turn left and right? I think that strafe is a secondary maneuver, you know. I think that it's important to be able to have the ability to be able to strafe left and right. But I was thinking that it's probably maybe something you could do with the A and D key. So you're pressing A and D to move left and right, to turn left and right, right? But if you want to strafe, let's say you press the Alt key, hold the Alt key, and then you would strafe. That to me feels more natural. But I guess it really depends on what the community want. So we'll work on that. We'll think. We're still talking about it internally and designing it. It's not a high priority right now, but we'll get there. What I want to do is go up to the top of the building if I can. No, I can't reach. It's too high. But maybe. Yeah. I mean, there's a bit of a problem here with these vehicles. They're a bit too light. You know, when you jump out of them, they bounce when they hit the ground. Really, they should. Well, we'll decide exactly how it should work, but it should be more realistic, obviously. Let's see if we've got climbing bugs now that we've got, you know, about a dozen people on the server. Yeah, seems to be okay. I have had some. Oh shit! Somebody's trying to get me. Let's get up here. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for somebody to come up here with the battery. So, switch off the UI here, because I think this is quite a nice way to see whoa! There we go, see, I was trying to be sneaky there. But yeah, let's have a look and see if we can find the collision errors that we had over here. This is quite a common area with collision bugs. Okay, I'm stuck here now. Yep, this is an issue. So what I'll do is I will kill myself and grab a screenshot. Right, so I can go like this and then. There we go, grab a screenshot like this. And I can draw a little square. And then copy this, post it in the bugs channel that we've got. We've got a bugs channel in Discord and also I mean, collision bugs are obviously annoying, but they're not essential to the game at this stage, you know, because obviously we're going to be making changes to the map, and might not even we're going to be changing a lot of things around over the next few months, in fact forever, right? So the most important thing to do is to fix the collision on the actual asset itself, like the rock, for example, right? So it's obviously not been set up correctly. But what we'll do is we'll either do it ourselves internally, or we'll outsource the optimization.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Hello. Welcome.
Yeah.
Have you been talking with the guys in another channel for the last bit?
Whoa. So yeah, I asked Alex and these guys to play with us, or playing with us.
Cool.
Yeah, I asked them for feedback in general, and yeah, and for I don't know, any improvements.
What did he say?
It's funny, but a lot of things are not comfortable according to game vision, or some things like, you know, like it should work. All better to say, yeah, it sounds a little bit confused. They said that first of all, it's not difference in air. Do you dash in on air on the ground? It's not difference. Also, hover car is cool, but not still comfortable.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, for wide displays, it's not working. I mean, our foe, and for wide displays, 21 by 9 resolution.
Okay.
We need to make something, or I don't know, to fix something with camera and foe and make it adaptive. Also, almost everybody want to change weapon when they reload it, and yeah, they want to have this ability. And that's pretty much. Yeah, I think it's almost all. Yeah,
Cool.
other things is with aiming, so they want to aim better and see how aiming changing and other things. Yeah. Also, they want more feedback from UI. And just to better understanding which weapon you use now, and some stuff they want some stuff with shooting, such as animation or aiming animation, or just, you know, just to add the feel of shooting.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, it's almost everything is improvements that we already planned, but later and with more hands. So the main idea is still funny, and yeah, they also find a few bugs with ledges.
Yeah, totally.
Because we have colliders. I replace splines to static meshes.
Nice.
And yeah, I need to I find 2 places where I have collider issues, so I will fix them and check all things again, because I don't know why I'm getting stuck here. And also, you know, the fun thing is why I can't test all this in engine, because in engine I don't have any colliders issues at all. It's only I can, you know, I can replicate it, or you know, define it only in our build.
Yep. I've noticed that there's a lot less bugs this time with collision, and the climbing bug seems to be a bit better. But right now I can see somebody flying through the air. So there's 2 people flying through there, so they've obviously found how that bug works.
It just double check, so we just need to add double check, and it will remove all these flying things. And yeah, also we talked with Alex today in general, and he gave us few advice, and he gave us advice, yeah, and that's more than enough. It's just general advice, and it will help us, you know, to not to screw up, because we can now focus on you know, something like Yeah, success is okay. Is success. We ask you to join us.
I'm
Cool.
spamming the success key to see what happens.
Nothing.
Okay, good. We still need to fix the team UI, like it shows you who's by themselves and who are in the team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw the black skull when my teammate was dying. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. So yeah, I can see my teammates in the UI now. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, it's time to do it. Yeah, somebody kill you and you shooting.
Please tell Dev if you see this message. Owner widget null.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna copy this and post it in. Please tell Dev. 1 sec. I need to tab out. Yeah, it's popping up quite frequently. It keeps on popping up. I've never seen this before.
It's kind of the bag message.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I think that it'd be good to have those so we can easily see what causes the bugs, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's right. And also, we not add this message that this is kind of early build or something like that. We will add it on Monday, yes. It's not a big deal. And also, yeah, I provide feedback to Penny and...
Oh yeah, there's an invisible wall here.
Here, yeah, okay. Weird. Really weird because I remove all supplies from this point. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah. What's your PC name? Is it Spline82?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were a producer.
Yeah, now I changed my nickname now, so it's good.
Okay,
yeah, but PC name is Spline382.
Okay. Oh, the game just crashed for me.
Yeah, me too. So maybe it's an error. Assertion failed. Failed. Anyway.
Oh, it's okay. I've got the backup. when the game crashes for me, it goes back to my video on the underneath.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. IP.
Oh wait, I need to go back into Discord. No, Slack. Sorry, I need to go into Slack.
Yeah, I like this build more than previous one, but I have issues with colliders and this is pretty annoying. And I guess flying issue, and that's all for now.
Yeah.
So this will be critical.
I was going to ask, at what point are we going to make the game persistent rather than session-based? Because at the moment it's like 12 minutes long. I was thinking that even if somebody delivers the battery, it should just be that they gain some points or gain some in-game currency, right?
We need to integrate backend at first, and with backend we can just create kind of open world, and this area will be actually game mode or something like that. And you can play as much as you want in free open world.
Okay.
So yeah, we need Excel backend for that. So yeah, on next week we start to do this. So we fix bags, then we add crouch because it's just disabled in advanced locomotion system. So we will turn it on. Sorry, and then we need to to write all cases that we can use with crouch. It can be what happened when you dash in while you're in crouch. What will happen? No. We need cases. So yeah, I just need to describe all the things.
Yeah.
And to make all the things right. And I think it takes at least 1 or 2 days, depend on how hard it will be to integrate something in advanced locomotion system, because it's pretty complex. and it's always hard to integrate something into the system.
Okay.
It just, we just need time for that. It's not actually a problem. You just need to time to double check all things and all issues. So yeah, it's the best what Evgeny can do is always, to double check something.
Yeah.
You're really strong in this.
Where's Discord? Oh no, sorry, Slack. I've got so many different windows open here to... Okay, can that get... Yep. He's not accepting my invitation. I think that maybe there should be some kind of UI that when you're hovering over somebody, it should say invite to team. What do you think? Somewhere there needs to be some kind of signal.
I think we just need chat for that.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
like chat, and you can, choose character or a player who just type message. Say, hey dude, invite me. Okay.
Is it F to invite somebody rather than E now? Did we change that?
It's E. It will be only E. So F is for vehicles. It's okay. I think special buttons for all other stuff we don't need them. So maybe F button will be to leave or exit from any from something, and E will be to activate something. It can be a good option because we have a lot of interactive actions, and we just need to use one key for all of them.
Yeah.
Because without it, you need gamepad, keyboard, and at least one mouse
Yeah.
to press all buttons. Oh.
I've been playing Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Far Cry and Ghost Recon Wildlands, and they're very, very similar games. It's just that obviously Far Cry is first person and Ghost Recon Wildlands is third person. I think that our game is a bit more in style because it's third person to Ghost Recon Wildlands, but there's also interactions that you can do while you're flying the drone, such as marking enemies on your UI or whatever. So we would need to plan that whatever the interaction button is for adding players to your team isn't going to conflict with the altitude control, for example, with the drone.
I think we need kind of global key buttons for altitude control.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear what you said because I was getting shotgunned.
Yeah. We need global buttons or controls for altitude. So maybe it will be is X and Z, maybe, or something like that. Or it can be, mouse wheel, because why not? What you can do with mouse wheel when you just flying or driving a car? Change altitude. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I was already thinking that for the drone, the mouse wheel will be to zoom in and zoom out.
Yes, but also you can. Yeah, mouse wheel, it's pretty native, and we can just change the zoom option. Why not also? But yeah, we need universal controls for that.
The thing is, I play the games I'm playing on PlayStation, so I should really be playing them on PC to find out how they feel on other games.
Mm-hmm.
I think I played Ghost Recon Wildlands on PC actually, but I played it with a controller. But I've uploaded a build to Google Drive for you guys to set up or have a look at, and I've set up the controls for set of blueprints with the drone system, so you can fly it around and you can see how it feels. It's got like a little bit of yaw, pitch, and roll when you're flying it, and you use Q and E for the altitude control, and it feels kind of. I mean, I'm a drone flyer in real life as well, so I set up the controls to feel like natural, so you can easily...
Really? I didn't know this. It's cool.
Yeah, I'll show you some videos. I've got some videos on YouTube.
Cool. Yeah, we can change control or K button binnings for it can be connected or depend on which type of equipment you use now. So if it's if it's kind of drone, QE, it will be used for altitude control. If it is kind of hover car, that actually kind of sport car, you can use Q and E buttons for actually.
Don't say strafe.
Strafe, yeah, for strafe.
Yeah,
and
that's what it is now. But I don't know if it feels good. I think the altitude control would be
for
better.
hover car is good because hover car is actually. I don't think that hover car should have any altitude control for now. We just need to change. It's kind of. It's kind of separation according to vehicle type. So hover car, what we have now is kind of cargo transporter. It's very comfortable when you have a strafe. But you don't need to change altitude for your cargo transporter. But if you have something look like helicopter or something like starship, definitely you want to change your altitude.
No, but we discussed this already. Remember? I think that I've described it on Jira that I think that even if you're in a hover vehicle, there should be the ability to at least control the altitude slightly. Like let's say you're at the moment we've got a space bar to jump up slowly, but then it bounces back down, right? I think that.
You mean just change your working height? So if, for example, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meters.
Yeah, but just making it kind of somebody's trying to kill me. I'm trying to demonstrate this thing. So, yeah, like at the moment we've got the space bar, and then it just pops down. But I think that the drones, whether you're in a hover vehicle or a flying vehicle or a drone, it should always be the same controls for every single vehicle.
Drone is not vehicle, I think.
It technically is. It is technically because although you're not physically inside it, it is a vehicle where you're flying it around and it can get destroyed and you can use it for different things. You might even be able to use it to collect things, for example. So yeah, I definitely think that all the controls for all the vehicles should be exactly the same.
It's it can be we can do something like if you're in place and you press A button or D button, it will be straight. If you moving forward, it will be kind of turn left or turn right.
I think it should be turn left and turn right all the time. And who the hell is trying to kill me? It's like I'm trying to fucking.
So question is always about strafe. If we need this, we need to design control because controls is always pain in the ass when we have a lot of functional, and we have issues with controls. And if we want to add drones, we should to split functional or to make it similar. So we don't have for now any rules of how we will split controls and according to which rules we use for that. So I guess it's always start from any design issues. And now we have a hover car, and we will continue to add things just as we discussed it before. And I think we find solution because it's not hard. We just need to talk about it and have a few options and just to understand what will be comfortable. And also we can test few of them. But at first, it's always we need to to add our functional because change k-meanings. It's not hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think that having the ability to strafe is something that we should be able to have in a hover vehicle or a flying vehicle, like you would in a helicopter, for example. But I just think that maybe, turning left and right should obviously be a higher priority, and But let's see what works best. But
also we don't have air brake, and when we add air brake, how it will feel? Maybe if we just press air brake and press D, maybe it will be straight. Why not? Or something. How we feel our vehicles when we add air brake?
Yeah, I mean,
how many it can change?
So at the moment, if you're zooming super fast, I know you can't see what I'm doing right now. Zooming super fast. And then you turn sharply, you still go in the same direction, so you're flying sideways. So what we want to do is, yeah, we would have some kind of air brake that when you're turning, it would almost be like the aerodynamics of the vehicle. You'd have to press the space bar to do like a brake and then skid around, so that you can kind of, yeah, I don't know, whether you're in a vehicle on wheels on land or whether you're in an air vehicle, you would still be able to do that kind of. So you're braking into a corner, so that then you can actually skid around it. I mean, this will definitely add a lot of interesting movement. You know,
Yeah,
it's
by the way,
quite standard in most driving games anyway. So.
yeah, I talked with Alex today, and when I said to him that, hey dude, we already add hover vehicles and they pretty fast and they replicated. Not so good for it's not definitely kind of final quality, but it's enough for prototype. And he said, hey guys, you're just insane. So it's really hard to do, and it's really hard case. It's really hard to replicate it. So yeah, I think we need to decide a lot of things with combat vehicles, because yeah, we will have a lot of replicate issues, and to fix them we just need to decide how it should work. Also, almost 80% of, not 80, maybe 90% of all things that we need to do, we can reduce complexity with proper game design, or just to change few things. So definitely it will be our goals for first 6 and up to 20 months after we start development with investments. And now it's also our everyday priority. We cut something, but add functional. So yeah, that's why we have a lot of things for such an early stage. And I really appreciate all things that we made together. When the guy said, I thought a kind of beta test is usually a better quality. It's really fun. Beta test.
Well, this is good. You know, there doesn't seem to be so many bugs when there's so many people on the server. It's good. You guys are all in Kiev, right?
No, not all. Some guys from Odessa, some guys from Russia, St. Petersburg and Moscow, some guys from Kharkiv, and yeah.
And then me in Malta.
And Evgeny also don't have any bugs. So yeah, we have updates, upgrade server, and we fix almost all issues. And yet later we just will, improve logics, add double
I see
check.
somebody's got the climbing bug here.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we need double check for this shit. Whoa!
Yeah,
I
seem to. Yeah, I had it there. It doesn't seem to be happening as frequently, but we're getting there. And then we can improve the animations later.
Yeah, I check animations. I ask Alex, and I will have eager time for I think 2 and up to 4 hours, and he will help us to change few things, because we actually have a good animations. They just set up really raw, but they set up and they work, and that was our first priority. Yeah, that was amazing, folks. So I think I will talk with guys, ask them for feedback. Cool. And I will ask them also, do they want to share with you during our next test and explain a few things? Why not?
Cool, man. I've just found an issue here. It's not that bad, but when you're in cover and you've got the covers that are joined together, it seems to be that if the cover is turning to the right, then you'll pop out of cover because it's at an angle. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab a screenshot of this, right? Maybe
Yeah,
I'll grab
yeah,
a
yeah.
video. I'll grab a video. I need to
Yep.
put Bandicam on actually. 1 sec.
Yeah, because I test all cases with connectors, and it worked perfectly in engine.
Okay, 1 sec.
So yeah. You know, it's always pain in the ass, but it's really interesting work when you testing something in an engine and you find difference between the engine version and actually built.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So when I'm on this side, I go like this, and it pops out a cover because this cover is going over to the right a little bit. So there's
Yeah.
like maybe it's not able to detect it when it's on this little corner. I want to check on the other side. What's it like on the other side?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, same thing.
Mhm. So yeah, it's angles.
Angles, yeah.
Maybe Collider don't have enough space to say, hey guys, we connected here.
Yeah.
But you know, it's work if maybe.
Everybody's testing the same thing now.
Huh.
And how do we can
It's
disable
camera-
we can disable this debug thing as well, right? We've got these lines that pop up when you go and vault over.
It's a camera issue. You can just, move your camera to, according to cover side, and if you actually aiming it on cover, it will work.
Okay.
You will not leave cover.
I've also uploaded a video to YouTube privately, and I've put it into into Slack, so you can actually do this. You can smash the left mouse button to be in and out of cover. So
Sorry.
yeah, this needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
And also sometimes for me, even when I'm holding down on my mouse button, I don't even know if it's the sensitivity of my mouse, but I'm holding it down hard, but sometimes it still glitches in and out. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, just make a video or grab a screenshot and yeah.
Got it. I just recorded a 2-minute video there, so I love it.
I will fix Argent things first with collisions and other stuff. Then we move forward with improvements, because now our main goal is to set up Xolo server.
So of all the people that are playing right now, how many of them are developers?
All.
So if we got budget, we could hire all these guys and just fix all the problems and just finish the game in 6 weeks.
Not sure about 6 weeks. Maybe if we spend all budget and hire around 300 guys, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It will happen, but I'm still not sure.
We could just create all the tasks in Jira, and then just say, okay, guys, you've all got one task to do, and you've got 1 week to do it. And then it's like, okay, we're gonna release Decimated in 1 week.
It's kind of, it sounds like a producer hell.
Yeah, totally. How can you even manage that? Totally.
I can. Really, I can.
It's like they say, nine women can't make a baby faster.
Yeah. I just remember this, and I want to say this, Yeah,
9 women can't make a baby in 1 month.
Yeah, unfortunately. But this is really good, because if you move forward too fast, you can't focus on the moment, and you can't test, because actually we test something each week, and we also made small improvements, small fixes, small changes, and we kind of form and polish our core. With each test. And this is the main idea, because when we have a budget, we can do this. We just need to finish pre-production stage as soon as possible, and then move forward and things that we already approved. And for us, this stage is really good, because we kind of have a core gameplay, but we still can research and test and try and really flexible on this stage, and we also will be flexible after half a year when development starts. But later, we can be flexible only in live ops, because if we will change a lot of things too often, we will never finish the project.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's why, you know, it's good time. Really, it's kind of, we have pain with some things, but we have issues with budget. But it's good time. It's really good time, because we can try something, we can do something, we can investigate something, and we have, you know, it's not actually a pressure. We just try to figure out what we want to see, how it should work, why. And priorities, but in the same time we still have our priorities that help us, you know, to improve prototype and things that we already approved.
Yep.
So it's kind of two strikes at the same time. So yeah. That's why, you know, it's really comfortable when you have kind of small research and development team inside your team. You just can say, hey guys, we have this issue. Can you provide us a best result for this issue? And they say, hey, okay, give us 2 weeks. And then they say, hey guys, we have option A, B, and C. So we already implemented it and we can test it. Okay, let's do this and let's find the best solution. This is how things should be done, because we can, you know, we can cut something, we can suggest something or understand something, we can have an experience, but it doesn't matter, because each game are actually unique. You can just repeat something, you can just clone something, because each game is unique and with own mechanics, with own speed. Even speed and physics change almost 90% of gameplay. So yeah, that's why this is really strategies that help us, first of all, to create a good game, and second of all, create a game that can be really competitive and on the market. So, and players will love it because it's kind of, you know, made with love, really. It sounds, you know, it sounds familiar, and it sounds, you know, everybody said this, but not actually everybody understand what what does it mean. It means that you try to, you know, work with details. That's all. You always try to improve something, and I think according to this idea we have a big future and a lot of work.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's all for me. I will talk with guys a few minutes and yeah, ask them feedback. Okay. Oh, somebody kill me. Shit.
Okay. Well, I've been streaming now for about an hour.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the results, although we have obviously some issues here. We've got people climbing on top of each other right now. They're doing that kind of...
Yeah. Yeah, but we talked with Alex and now we know better what we should do and how to fix this thing, so yeah. Okay, thanks man, that was good.
Have a nice weekend, man.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Okay guys, so I will stop the stream now. There was a video I was playing there at the end, which is of some of the other systems that we're going to have in place. And I've shared that with the dev team and we're going to work on that eventually, but yeah, for now, as you can see, we've still got some bugs to fix. So yeah, let's stay in contact on Discord, and yeah, we'll hopefully see you in the next few weeks for a public test. Thanks very much everybody, and have a good weekend. See you later. Bye.